Hello, everyone. This is Randy Wilson, aka Bitcoin Randy. And here we're going to do another talk about Python signals. But this time's a little different, guys. This time I have a couple of the executives on the line with me. I have Mr. Ajoke Inex, the person that actually introduced me to Python signals. We had a conversation a little over a month ago, and he painted the picture for me, and I said, let's go. And he shortly after him and I talked, introduced me to Marius Landman. And, if you've seen my presentations, guys, we talk about Marius Landman. We talk about all of these kind of great things that he does. And he's a great guy too. Here he is with us today. Marius Landman is on the call with us. And guys, I just want to ask these guys some questions, maybe help us all understand a little more about Python signals, what the offer is, why should we be excited about Python signals? Why should we become a subscriber of Python signals? And let me start with you first, Marius. Marius, Ajoke and myself, we both talk about you as the, really the kind of the secret weapon, not just in Python signals, man, but you give people the unfair advantage in the marketplace, and that's kind of cool. So maybe you can explain a little bit, Marius, how you came to be this crypto analyst, and how that became, how the relationship with Python signals began.
Yeah, Randy, thank you for having us here, and we hope your guests get a lot of value out of this conversation here.
Yes, sir.
So just in short, we've been around the block now for a number of years in the cryptocurrency market. And to get you to the point where we are now, I just need to go back about 20 years ago. And my history comes from the oil and gas industry. I went and studied in the United States of America, finished my work there, and then went on to work for Shell, BP, Woodside. Most of my work was actually done in the USA, and in the last 8 or 9 years, I came to Australia and worked for a number of oil and gas companies here, basically as a consultant, working in the oil and gas industry. And my clients include BP, Shell, Arrow, Origin, Woodside, Santos, Weatherford, Halliburton, you name them. The biggest names in the world. Those are my clients. So my work took me into these companies to see the most important information that you can see. For example, the requests or incident investigations around fatalities, incidents, near misses. So I had access to all this data. And a number of years ago, I developed an algorithm. An algorithm is basically just a set of computer rules. And we developed this algorithm where we could input this data into this computerized system and then take the company's management system, like their management of change, their job safety analysis, their work method statements, basically their risk management documentation. We take that and we input that in this computerized model with the incident investigation data. And then we would tell this computerized system to give us an indication or an forecast what is the potential to have another incident, fatality, near miss, or anything related to risk management where workers are involved in certain actions. For example, around well control or cementing or fluid pressure. And then this algorithm would kick us out a combination of results. We would then analyze that data and then use that as a projection to safeguard people. We then found that this information is pretty accurate. And a number of years ago, 3 years ago, I started looking at Bitcoin. My first Bitcoin was bought on the Australian Stock Exchange when there was a company that was selling Bitcoin related products. And the first Bitcoin from memory was about $230. I think this was about maybe 4, even 5 years ago. So anyway, I got really interested in Bitcoin and the charting patterns in Bitcoin. And there's a long story behind it. You know, my wife was one of the first to invest our personal money in Bitcoin, and she just happened to make a lot of percentage gain, which really got my ears tingling. And it's actually a big joke in the house, you know, that she's forever now made more percentage gain than what I have ever could achieved. And simply because she bought XVG, and XVG went up 34,000%. And that got me really looking very deep into Bitcoin. And I said, listen, let me go and test this. I went and developed the last 8-9 years of data of Bitcoin, the charts. We pulled it to pieces. There's a number of high and low points in every year. We call it a pattern. It's like kind of like if you take your fingers and you overlay your fingers and you look through your fingers, and somebody else goes and put their hand up there, and you would see, it's what we call in the industry, in the oil and gas industry, is like Swiss cheese. There's a number of holes that you can go through. And if you move that, it turns into a different pattern. So every year has got a set number of patterns. And when you overlay those patterns year by year, you suddenly realize, but wait a second, there's a pattern that Bitcoin is following. I went and dotted down all these patterns, gave them a sequence, a quantitative sequence through a specific mathematical equation. And then I suddenly realized, after I worked at this entire mathematical equation, which came out to a factor, I realized that every single year, the patterns actually repeat themselves to a certain extent by modeling them in a certain divergence. And I even found that what the divergence is, because if you go back a year ago, you'll see that we don't follow the same pattern. If you go 2 years ago, it doesn't follow it. 3 years ago, it does not follow that exact pattern. But if you put all these patterns combined and you figure out suddenly what is this algorithm, and this is what we cracked the code. I can basically now predict with I don't want to give a percentage, but with a great probability what the next year is going to look like. And the reason for this is that every single thing, what I discovered in this algorithm pattern, when I do it on Apple, and I do it on Microsoft, and I do it on any other exchange, which is the stock market, I realized that this kind of pattern actually repeats itself as just a sequence that changes. Now, whether that is deliberate by people doing it deliberate, or just the fact that we as human beings are on a social level of thinking, because we all do it in patterns. Everything in the world is made of patterns and numbers. And it just could be that this pattern is repeating himself because of sentiment, behavioral assessments, what we do in social media, the way we feel. So I'm just throwing that out there. So anyway, so I suddenly discovered and thought that I cracked kind of like the code of Bitcoin. So a number of years ago, we started then for myself investing in Bitcoin. And I said to myself, okay, right, the market is going to go this way and it's going to go upwards. So I took $100,000, invested that money, and bang, the market went up and up and up. And my algorithm then said that you are getting to a high point, get out of the market. And I thought, I'm going to trust my algorithm, sold, and lo and behold, the algorithm was correct. The market dropped. And I stay out of the market because the algorithm showed me that it's going to drop further. And then the algorithm showed me kind of like 30 days, because most things work in 30 days, 30, 31, or 32 days. Now look, a day, 2 or 7 days doesn't matter. Because remember, if you can identify the high and get out on the high, whether it's 2, 3, 4 days, the market still goes higher. The point is you got out on the high. Now you wait and the market drops, and the market would drop 100%, not 100%, but 60, 70%. And then I buy back again on the low. So I started repeating that pattern, and suddenly I realized, but wait a second, I've got something here that is magic. I kind of like cracked the code. I started doing that then with Tron, TRX. I started doing it with EOS, OMG, NEO. And I realized, but wait a second, this pattern is exactly the same. If Bitcoin goes up, let's say, for example, 40%, the cryptocurrencies are going up double or 3 or 5 times that percentage. So I started investing 1/3 of my money in Bitcoin and 2/3 in other cryptocurrencies. And Randy has just been magical. And by doing this, I became debt free. Now think about this, Randy. I've been working in the oil and gas industry, earning an extremely high salary for years and years and years. Why have I not become debt free, working in the oil and gas industry and earning a lot of money? It's because the system works against you. The more money you make, the bigger your home loan, the more fancy cars you buy. So you're wrapped up in that system. And you can never ever become debt free because you've got credit cards and all that kind of stuff, and you spend. But suddenly I realized that, listen, in Bitcoin, I became debt free. And my thinking have changed. And now what we want to do is, this is the reason behind Python Signals, is to now open what I have learned in the last 3 years to the world. And not just the world, but to the blue collar workers. Because I was once a blue collar worker. Over to you, Randy.
You know, it's amazing. You bring up so many points there. You know, this is not something that was new to you as far as the algorithm. You didn't just kind of, you know, make this up as you know, one day when you got into Bitcoin. This was something that you had already had established. And now you just applied it to Bitcoin, and magically you found out that it works in patterns quite the same way as just about anything else. So, I mean, that again, it almost gives you an unfair advantage almost, Marius. And if you're going to share that with other people, then that means that you are sharing that advantage. I won't say unfair. You are sharing that advantage with everyone else. That's what we offer with Python Signals. Now, I'm going to get back to you on that in a second, because we're going to talk about what you actually provide us. Now that we know how you came across this, we're going to talk about how you actually help us with this data that you've found, that you've created. Now, Ajoke, let's get down to talking about Python Signals now as far as a marketing platform. So here we are in Python Signals now. We have Ajoke, and I'm sorry, we have Marius and this, okay, see you later. We have Marius, and we have this incredible product, if you will, this capability to track, measure what's going on in the marketplace. Now, Python Signals, though, we have a marketing platform here. We have a platform where we're almost we're affiliates here, Ajoke, and we can make money with that. So how does what Marius created and what Python Signals is, how does that benefit someone like myself, for example, that's a networker, or somebody that wants to make some extra money in a home-based business?
Exactly. Thank you very much, Randy. So my job as an opportunity creator is to see how we can maximize every unit of opportunity we have. So I come into the equation was to multiply what Marius already has. Mm-hmm. What we had to do simply was that rather than just create just an opportunity, we decided to create two opportunities in one business. Mm-hmm. So how did we achieve that? Of course, this is proprietary. This is a breakthrough, second to none all over the world. Yeah. And of course, value has been exchanged and people have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So we say, hey, Marius, why don't you create a platform like this where people can actually pay subscription to have access to this timeless, future and timeless opportunity. But this time around, that automatically opens them to another opportunity, all right? And how do we achieve that? We created an affiliate program that once you subscribe to become a subscriber on Python Signal, and you get all of those fantastic highs and lows calls from Marius Landman, it automatically opens another business for you. So even while you're taking this report and making some smart financial, decisions on your trading, okay, without us taking money from you, okay, you automatically have the affiliate program where every other subscriber that comes on board, you get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
The affiliate programs gives us the opportunity to share from every subscription that comes in after you. And it works with a 2x18 force matrix. So what it means is that it's just like the A structure, all right? From the first level to the 18th level, it's a 2x18 force matrix. One, it means that we don't control how people are distributed on the matrix, all right? Two, there is no form of condition or rules for you to earn from the matrix. From the first level to the 18th level, every single time somebody subscribes, he finds himself on the matrix. And if you are fortunate to have that person on your matrix, you get paid. Now, the percentage distributed down the matrix is more interesting than ever, because normally down the matrix, you see the percentage dropping for most opportunities. But now opportunities who don't have condition, we want the situation whereby more people can benefit and more people can maximize opportunity. And that is why the distribution formula is 5-4-3, 5-4-3, 5-4-3 down to the 18th level. What that means is that your first level, you get 5% of any subscription that drops in there. Your second level, you get 4%. The third level, you get 3%. Your fourth level, it starts again from 5. Fifth level, 4. Sixth level, 3. Seventh level, it starts again from 5. You remember, you know that it goes like 2, 4, 6 like that. 8, it expands there. Yeah. So it means that down the base, you can be making a lot of percentage as people drop in there. Now, this 2x18 metrics allows you to have over 400,000 subscriber spots on your metrics. And our 1-year plan, which allows you to have access to the reports for 1 year, okay, it's about $500. With that, for example, on a full metrics, when we run the numbers, you're making an average of $5.1 million on the full metrics. And listen, friend, you don't have to, there's no condition for you to earn. It means that even while you are yet to refer anybody, provided the person is found on your metrics, you get paid. So let's assume you become an accidental millionaire. Your entire metrics is filled without you referring anybody. You still get paid the $5.1 million if they all came in as a $500 package. And remember, this amount of money is repeated on a yearly basis because they will subscribe on a yearly basis. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, what is more interesting here is that we're going to get to that part of the lifetime. Yeah. But please note that Python Signal is not in any way an MLM company. It's not a network marketing company.
All right.
What we did is that we created an opportunity where people can subscribe, get value trading, at the same time, have a revenue distribution formula that can allow them to get back their subscription money back, okay? Number 2, the affiliate program can also allow them to generate money to trade,
yes,
to increase their trading capital. And number 3, of course, better their life, get people out of debt,
yes,
get them to, pay their mortgage and all of those fantastic opportunities. So Randy, I see it this way, in summary, 1 business, 2 opportunities in the biggest industry right now in the whole world. That's what Python is all about.
Okay. So let's get this straight, guys. Speaking to Marius, we have the solution to getting into the market and trading confidently and intelligently. Which is, Marius, you and I both know, all of us know here, that there are people that are heading into this market. They're barreling into cryptocurrency. It's the greatest phenomenon since the internet. People are barreling in, on fire, barreling in. Oh, jump on the bandwagon. But if they don't have a personal cryptocurrency trading advisor, then they're using the age-old strategy of cross your fingers and hold on for dear life, right? HODL, we call it.
Wrong strategy.
And that's what most people are doing. That's what I did for most of the time I was in the cryptocurrency. So in one way, Python Signals has a solution for that. We have the forecasting, the analytics, the data, the reports that are going to help people navigate through that. And then on the second hand, Ajoke, we have a business opportunity for people that are looking for the home-based business that they can sink their teeth into. Because right now, like no time ever before in history, it doesn't matter what your skin color is, it doesn't matter what your nationality is, it doesn't matter if you're blue collar or white collar, it doesn't matter if you're first world or third world people. Everybody around the world today are waking up and saying, we need an opportunity to make more money. And they are flocking to the internet to get this done. And so we're offering solutions for both of those two things. Is that what I'm hearing you guys tell me right now?
Yeah, exactly. Randy, look at it this way. Cryptocurrency trading remains the oldest way and the most proven way of making money through cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency industry is the oldest form of making money and is still the most proven way. And thirdly, it is still the only channel where anybody has equal opportunity to participate and become extremely successful.
Right, right.
Now, that's also, look at the affiliate program also. The affiliate program also, it's an opportunity whereby anybody, irrespective of your educational qualification or whatever, wherever you find yourself here in this world. And why this is interesting is that we are not shipping products anywhere around the world. It means anybody can become part of this opportunity from any country, from any city. They just have to connect themselves to the internet and light their word and light their finances. So this two combination is a no-brainer. Believe me, Randy.
Absolutely. And now, Marius, let's talk about what we actually provide. I mean, we talk about the reports, talk about the data, and someone goes, okay, so what does that look like? Tell us a little more about what you actually create and construct for people to help them in the marketplace. And I can go online if you like and show them, we can kind of follow along with the back office if that's helpful.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Randy, bring that up for us, and I'll start talking just to get people to give people this vision. Now, try and imagine that when I created the algorithm and I kind of like cracked the code, as per se, and I realized where Bitcoin is actually going to go, I had a real unfair advantage. Because I tell you what, I was still working in the oil and gas industry, and I still do. I was simply talking to my friends and family and my co-workers. And I said, listen, I invested in Bitcoin. I just managed to get out of the market on the high point, and I sold yesterday. And they would tell me, no, but the market is still going to go up. And I said, well, I got out. A week later, I would come to them and they would say, oh, sure, we lost like 40%, man. And I would simply go to them and say, listen, try my system. What I am going to do, I'm going to write a little document up. And in this document, it's just going to be like 5 little simple steps, what you need to do. And I'll put a little graph in so that you know what to do. So I did that. And the first report is actually, I think I should frame that.
Yes.
It looks amazing. As a matter of fact, I should actually show you which some of the charts actually look like. And I can probably show it you on the screen at some point here, Randy. I've still got it here in my office, actually, which is a hand-drawn chart where the future of Bitcoin will go. Scary accurate. Scary accurate. Unbelievable. So I suddenly realized by giving these to my co-workers, friends, family, and remember, I've been working in the oil and gas industry, and CEOs of companies would call me and say, listen, I have got 100,000 Australian dollars. How do I buy Bitcoin? Where do I invest it? And I would charge them for the information. They'd be more than happy to pay for it. Suddenly, these CEOs, Randy, would put me through to institutional investors, which are their investors and their fund managers who handle their money. And these institutional investors, Randy, they came to me and said, listen, can we subscribe to your content? And I said at that time, I said, well, I'm not a subscriber-based business, but I can set something up. So I didn't know what to charge these guys. And I thought, okay, right, maybe $4,000 a year sounds good. Okay, these guys are oil and gas. And okay, so I said, okay, right, give me $4,000 for the year. And for the next 12 months, I'll provide you all the data on a weekly basis. And they looked at me like 4,000. The one guy literally that I spoke to, he looked at me and I thought, okay, 4,000 is too much. And I thought, I'm just going to keep quiet. And he takes it. And he said to me, you mean 4,000 a month? I said, yeah, well, yeah, 4,000. So no, I said, no, 4,000 a year. And this guy literally thought that I was going to charge him 4,000 a month. And he was going to pay 4,000 a month. And
he was going to take it.
Yeah, he wanted to query, why is it so cheap? So I said, no, it's for a year. And that's how I started building my institutional investors, my fund managers, who started looking at my work. And this has grown substantial. And I'll quickly go into this point, Randy. We can maybe later go into that, why I am now giving my data to the blue collar worker. But as you can see what Randy has got on his screen there, we went and put this business up with Gavin as the director of administration. It's actually not the right title for me. He does a lot more. This guy is kind of like chief in charge. Yeah. He makes sure that people get paid. This is a fantastic guy. And then Ejoki on the right-hand side, he's our director of marketing. Also, I mean, that title should be a lot more. I mean, this guy is like, let's call him the CEO of Python Signals. Although, guys, we don't want those titles because we're for blue-collar workers. None of us take a salary, by the way, okay? Just so you guys know. So, because we want the money to flow to our members. Now, think about this, guys. When I started this business and people started subscribing to our business, many of my friends and family came to me and said, Marius, but wait a second, have you got an affiliate system? If I refer somebody to use your product, that I can get paid? So we decided and thought about it for a long time. And then we said, yeah, we're going to create one, but we're not just going to give you a one-off payment for referring somebody to us. How about you refer somebody to us and they will pay us every single month? How about we pay you then every single month? But then also, if you refer that one person and that person then, your friend, refers 2 or 3 other people, how about we pay you on that as well? We are going to reward you for bringing people in to use our product. Because we want them to use it because they're going to make money trading in Bitcoin. They're going to have an unfair advantage. And this is what's happening now. So our goal, Randy, is to get people out on the high and get people back in on the low. Exactly as of today. Today is in Australia, 23 October 2018. We are calling for a high that is still going to happen. And on that high, what we are saying is we are going to get people out on the high and then get them back in on the low. So if you want to know where those high points are, you get to subscribe to Python Signals through one of our affiliates, and that's how you get in. So if we can go down there, Randy, and maybe just bring up a report, and we'll quickly show people just what a basic report looks like.
Yes,
and
sir.
Guys, this is not a complicated report. I had a look at a lot of different reports, and people make them look fancy cover, fancy information, and it makes them look so smart when you read it that you can't even understand what these guys are saying. Buy this quantitative elementary risk portfolio coin, and then when you do, it's just terribly wrong. So the reports look like this. In the back office, they are uploaded on a time frame or a date. So in this case, you can see it's 17 October 2018. And then number 1, we just give you a few bullet points. Today is 16 October, UTC -4, and we expect Bitcoin to break upwards. Basic and simple. And we give you a few bullet points there, what is happening. We also give you the 3 targets that we expect Bitcoin to reach at this moment. Because at this specific point in time in the Bitcoin market, Bitcoin is completely and utterly difficult. Anybody that invests now on their own that don't read the reports are stabbing in the dark. You don't know where to get in the market. You don't know where to get out in the market. So then we give a simple graph there. An important information that we say there this time is that time can contract or expand. And you'll notice right now in the market that the market is being expanded, meaning that there's a delay. So in this specific report, we say that there is going to be a trend upwards, a spike upwards, or a squeeze upwards. And this is the kind of information that people get. Now, as time moves on and we move over the timeline of 20, 21, 23 October, where we are now, we sometimes will do a video update. Okay, so which is a video, there's the YouTube video, and you can simply open the document, click on the link, it's an unlisted video, and then you can go and watch that video on YouTube. And it gives you an explanation of what is happening in the market. So it's very simple and easy to follow. Now, again, guys, think about this. In December 2017, we sent a message to our subscribers, similar to this report. And we told them that this was 3 weeks in advance. And we said that Bitcoin is going to hit a high point around 19,200, 19,500. And it looked impossible that the market is going to break down. And we said that is the high point. When we reach that point, we recommend that you sell. And if you go down in this report, Randy, I just want to show you what we see there, where we say point 1, we recommend sell 25%, and then point 2, sell 25, and then point 3, sell the rest of your coins. We did exactly the same. The people that read the report, followed those instructions, got out of the market. Now, since December 2017, we here at Python Signals called every single high point and every single low point this whole entire year. Now, we are not 100% correct, Randy. Of the 347 or 350 calls that we made this year in our reports, we had 8 failed calls. So just remember, we are not 100% correct. But with a failed call, you may lose 5 or 10%. But with one of our right calls, like what we are saying now, is that the market is going to go up at least 13%, 20%, or 40%. That's just Bitcoin. Other cryptocurrencies like Ravencoin, for example, now is up 50%. BAT, one of our recommendations, is up, what is that one, about 47%. So we've got a model portfolio of coins that we run that we also give people access to and say, these are the coins that you need to have. Look at QTIM in our model portfolio. What is that one now? Up 32%. So you see these spikes coming now in altcoins, and Bitcoin is going to lag and also shoot up before then drops. So that high point is going to come. Our subscribers will get out on that point, while the people who are uninformed will keep on buying. They're going to buy the spike just to be disappointed as Bitcoin potentially will drop 60%. So what if we can help you and stop you from having that HODL mentality when Bitcoin drops 60%? You'll save yourself a lot of money. So yeah, that is it, Randy. Is over to you, basically.
Yes. You know, Marius, I got to tell you, I've listened to you talk a lot of times, and you know, for everybody that's watching this video, you know, you don't get it all in one, you know, shot, and this isn't day trading, and this isn't right, Marius. This isn't one of those things where you're calling out signals every 10 minutes to hopefully get
Randy,
a trade in for the day. Right?
Absolutely not, Randy. And I want people to understand, look, who makes money in day trading? Nobody.
Nobody.
Who makes money with signals? When signals come out, nobody makes money.
Nobody.
I tell you what now, you know, I have followed my own reports and I made 518% in our model portfolio this year. And Randy, our goal is very simple. We want to get people out on the high. We want to get them in on the low. That means that you may only trade 100 days for the year.
Right.
And not every day. So you can have a life.
Yes.
Okay.
that's a concept in itself that I don't even think people understand. I mean, get out of the market and stay out of the market until the time is right. I mean, that's, I've learned so much with Python Signals just in the last 30 days. If you guys saw me talking up to the team, then, when I first started compared to the way I talk to them now, it's like, holy moly, I'm intelligent now. So this is awesome stuff. Now, let's wrap this up, gentlemen, and just, Ajoke, why should someone get started now? Why should someone take advantage of Python Signals and get started with this now, versus treating this like, oh, this is just another one of those things? What's the urgency right now? Why is there a time-sensitive, moment here that people should jump on Python Signals?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about three things, okay? The first thing is about the subscription packs we have. We have a monthly pack, okay? We have a quarterly pack. We have a half a year pack, and we have a 1 year pack, okay? And right now, we have the lifetime Galaxy pack. And this is why you should get started now. Because unlike the other packs, you keep subscribing. As your subscription expires, you go inactive. You no longer get access to the report. You no longer get access to income, all right, from the affiliates.
Yes.
But on the lifetime pack, okay, of $1,000, all right, you would never have to subscribe again in your lifetime to this. And also it means that you can earn from the entire of the metrics, from the first level to the 18th level. But now, the urgency here is that just 1,000 subscribers can have access to this. And before this video already, a couple of people have started buying into it. Once the last person takes it, it is gone for life. Never again.
The lifetime Galaxy pack.
Exactly. It's just a gift. It's just a gift to kickstart the system.
Right.
That is the first point. The second point is that from Marius's algorithm, we are actually at the brink of the next jump in the market. So you want to know exactly where that is to get in.
Right.
And you know where that high is to maximize your profit.
Right.
You don't want to get in at the middle. You don't want to get in at 30% above. So that is the second point. Now, the last point is the way the structure of the affiliate program is designed. It is a 2x18 matrix. What it means is that if you want to get spillovers, you have to see how much you can get at the top,
yes.
Right? And right now, as we're making this video, we have just a handful of people already in the system. So that means in the global metrics, okay, everybody's still at the top. So spillovers has a higher possibility now than ever. So maximizing your metrics in a short time, that means maximizing the entire 400,000 plus spots in your metrics. It's a better time now than ever.
Yes.
So these are the reasons it's why I could recommend that there is no better time than now to be on board with Python Signal, Randy.
All right, gentlemen, that's excellent. Guys, I just want to say thank you. This has been such an amazing experience with Python Signals, and the whole team is just buzzing. There are people making money that they've never made before in a networking opportunity, because other network marketing opportunities or networking opportunities have all these penalizations, the difficulty comp plan and everything. And then, so coming here and taking advantage of our affiliate plan that has no gotchas in it, then people are making money like they've never seen before. And Marius, the fact that you share all this information and data reports with people, it gives us the unfair advantage. I don't know, I giggle every time I wake up and kind of like, I feel like I found the goose that laid the golden egg, But guys, thank you so much for putting Python Signals together and providing this kind of support system, this kind of offering, this data, this value. We all really appreciate it. And for all of you guys out there that are considering joining Python Signals, like Ajoke said, there is no better time than right now for so many reasons. And we certainly don't want to see you miss the opportunity that you could have had today by waiting for tomorrow. So with that, Ajoke, thank you so much. Marius Landman, thank you so much. And we will see you guys again on another video in the very near
Thank you very much.
future. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Randy. Have a nice day.
Thanks.
Thank you.